Alright everyone, welcome back. It is Dreaded D, the infamous pirate captain protecting T-Fuel Island. Today we are back with episode number 5 of the Public Collection. We're going to be doing some little short Theta updates here today. This one's going to be a shorter one just because I got to get rolling for the day. But I want to talk about it. Plus this news just came out an hour ago on the Medium on Theta, so go check it out and you can go through it with me today. And as always, first off the bat, we must thank our First Division captains. So, thank you to JJ. Thank you for being a super OG. Thank you for being here. And welcome to BD1111. Thank you for being the OG that you are. And thank you for supporting my Patreon. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. Alrighty, let's dive into this thing. Alright, so this was just released like an hour ago. So, I'm talking about November 2nd. Metachain launch. So, the main launch on December 1st. But they're going to be doing a hard fork, it looks like. Yeah. And also upgrading nodes. Let's see. So this will be great. Like subchains, it's great to see that they're doing these little updates. This is really what I've wanted to see so that we know what's going on in the background. I think that's super important for the community. And I think subchains are the future, right? And we see that with Avalanche. We see that with a couple other projects that are doing a similar things. Maybe we'll do a video on that in Patreon, comparing some of the pros and cons of subchains on different blockchains or different things, maybe like Polkadot and what they've been doing. But basically, though, it's great to see that you have Fuse, Replay, True VRS. They're going to make their own subchains. I want to make my own subchain. Let's see how simple it is to make a subchain, because the whole goal is to create, like, as much as Patreon is a great gateway for my content, I want to be able to create my own little economy, basically, surrounding what I do and, the people that follow me. And if you can have that, or you can do that with your content, that's super powerful. I think the Wix model or the Wix setup where it's like, hey, if you want to make a website, it's just drag and drop. There's no code, there's no nothing. It's like a Word document. I think that's super valuable. So Theta setting up the base layer for that, and there's immense value for whoever creates the tooling that simplifies that, as well as you could be onto like probably one of the biggest cash flowing opportunities of your lifetime, and all it is simplifying the process of people being able to monetize and direct content, right? Like right now, a challenge in the crypto space for doing something like this with a subchain is the payment processor. So even just solving for that is like a big deal. So on a subchain, implementing a plugin for subchains where it's like, hey, you can process a credit card, but then that automatically swaps over to escrow service via T-Fuel and creates the syncs that are necessary for the network and for the use case, or for your own personalized token that's within your economy. So those are things I'm thinking about. I'm really watching the competition heat up, and we'll talk about that more in Patreon between some of these chains, because really what I see here, I see a competition for content creators, right? Because YouTube has been solid, but it has its own issues. I say solid, but really it's been a pain in the ass. But Patreon too has its own issues. Good for what they're doing. Like them for now, but I'm looking to see who is going to bring us, to the horizon, and who's going to, in this crypto space, and make that like base layer innovation that really catches fire, catches that spark that makes it easy for content creators to not only integrate but transfer, right? I think people forget, it's like, oh, well, you can do this over here. I think Steemit is a good example of that. If you ever seen some of their posts, it's a social media crypto site that's been around forever, where you can monetize your blogs and your writings. Similar to, it's like a Facebook, basically, like a social media site. The problem is, though, there was no transitionary process or easy on-ramps to get people from the previous, like a Facebook, a Twitter, to there. So I think the transitionary elements are just as important as the base level stuff, because we have Rumble, we have all these various different video platforms, but what is going to make someone jump ship from YouTube or, maneuver over into this direction? So I think there's immense value capture there going forward. Another thing I wanted to touch on too, if we go back into Theta Labs, media advisors. I'm very skeptical about like these counsel or these advisors, just as someone who's been an advisor on projects, not because there's anything bad about it. I think it's good that you have, quality people, like, and Pluto TV's solid. Like, you can go watch high tier content there, right? Like, you can watch The Godfather there, right? That's not like small content. As well as like it's good to see that people are involved. It's just my own personal experience about what advisors are. I think Justin Kahn is a great example in the Theta project, where it's like the past, year and a half, 2 years, I watched Justin Kahn be an advisor on this project. We saw Justin Kahn's name on the Theta website with the Twitch logo there, right? And then I watched Justin Kahn go and make his own NFT marketplace on Solana. So then you really start to think like, hey, like what does a advisor actually do, right? And because, the name is on your site, the Twitch is there, the YouTube's there, but does that actually conflate any like value for you as the holder? Or is that merely marketing, right? That's something you have to consider as a holder yourself, right? Especially as an advisor, because a lot of times with advisors, at least from what I've seen in meetings I've been in, it's like, hey, we will give you a discounted OTC coin price, and we're allowed to use your name, your credentials, and your stuff, basically, and you can advise us and you can help us out. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's an actual legitimate advisory role where and it's like, hey, I like your project and I like what you're doing. But it's on a case-by-case basis. So just take that for what it is. I think it's important that people have knowledge, at least that those kinds of transactions or those deals are going on. I'm not saying that Theta's doing that, but it's important to look at the evidence, look at what people are actually doing in their day-to-day, and what are they doing to further that advisory role, right? Are they still active? Are they talking about Theta? Are they involved in it? Are they building it? Are they doing podcasts about it? What are they doing with it? So I think it's really important to keep these projects very, we don't own any equity in Theta Labs. So, if you make a network, we have to really make sure that we're on them about, hey, like your accountability, what you're doing, the actions you're taking, right? And then question, like, is this a legitimate thing that's going to raise this project up, or is this another, right? Is this marketing? And those are important. And I think just in general as a community, if we're going to move forward and grow, we need everyone to be on the same knowledge base of what's happening. Because I think flashy headlines, they no longer work going forward here. This whole, I have this person from this thing or this or that. It's like, great. What are they doing? Are they actually are they helping with the code? Are they actually are they testing? Are they integrating, right? Those are things that are interesting to me. But if they're not, and if they're just like, hey, yeah, I'll put my name on here and you pay me a little bit of money, it's like, that doesn't really interest me that much. That just, it just shows a side of crypto that I don't like to see a lot of times. Like these advisory it's great if there is an integration, right? If there is an integration and there is something or deals being talked about in the back end, great. But, I digress. So, yeah, this is just a quick little video this morning about what's going on, what's happening. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I know I haven't done a video yesterday, so I wanted to come in and at least talk about something a little bit here. And obviously we have a lot more content on the Patreon outside of Theta. Figuring out other projects, equities. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day. I am off. I have things to do. So look forward to seeing you all on T-Fuel Island. And remember, ThetaCon is coming up. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to diving into some more of your projects. So if you're a Theta builder, just, talk to me. I'm going to be wanting to ask questions as I dive in, and we'll go through some stuff. All right, everyone. Take care. Have a good day.